Hi there, and thanks for tuning in. My name is Shaheen, and tonight I want to reveal some powerful ancient wisdom for modern times. Now, I've been asked many times, why don't you directly teach us straight from the Aramaic language and the Hebrew language of the Zohar and Kabbalah? And to tell you the truth, I don't know why I never thought about it like this, but I guess there was a part of me that felt like just naturally speaking to you in English, but today I got inspired as I was sitting by the ocean to start a new class, a new session, where I'm going to delve into the 4,000-year-old wisdom of the Zohar directly from the text. So you'll see a little picture of the text that I'm teaching right now on your screen, whether you're watching me or hearing me through SoundCloud, YouTube, Spreaker, or on Facebook. Or if you're listening to this live, you should see that little picture that has the portion of the Aramaic reading and the Hebrew reading that I'm going to be teaching. So I'm looking at the portion called Vayishlach in the Zohar, and we're going to start with the reading first, just to connect with the awesome energy of what this wisdom offers. And then I'm going to go through it, translate it, and explain to you how that applies to our everyday life. So it begins with Patach Rabbi Yossi va'amar Ata seter li mitzar titzreni roni palet tesoveveni sela Ata seter li da kuchebrichu de'ihu sitra umagen lebnei nasha de'azil be'orchei de'oraita ve'ihu istatar betzila de'garfoi de'la yochlin la'av asha lei Mitzar titzreni me'ela umitata le'ela itle levarnash mare devavo letata of hachiname uman ihu da yetzahara de ihu tsar le'ela ve'tsar letata ve'ilma le'yetzahara lo ishtakach mare levavo levarnash be'alma beginkach mitzar titzreni. So I'm going to read a little bit from the Sulam, and then I'm going to start translating and explaining on a deeper heart level what this means to on an everyday basis. The Sulam says, Perush, Ba'et shekav hasmol ha'ir mimala lamata dehainu miterem shenichlal biyamin haya hayetzahara nehechaz be'adam milamala ulamata ki milamala katreg alav vehevi alav sina umilamata hisitu lachto ulamshich hasmol mimala limata shezeh haya chet שזה היה חטא. וכשבא קו אמצעי נכללו השמאל והימין זה בזה והאירו ביחד באופן שאור הימין האיר ממעלה למטה והשמאל ממטה למעלה, כנזכר למעלה, ואז נתבצלה השנאה של ממעלה על האדם ונפטר ממנו היצרה מלמטה. So here we're having a very powerful discussion about the two powerful centers inside us, which is the aspect of receiving and the aspect of sharing. So originally, when man was created, Adam and Eve, or man and woman as the total entity, we were a pure receiver. We didn't have that aspect of sharing. So what we did was we begged the Creator by actually showing some action by actually eating from that tree, but pronouncing that we're not happy just receiving. We want to be the captain of our own ships and the masters of our own destiny. So therefore, we're going to go ahead and we're going to expel ourselves from this beautiful, lovely Garden of Eden that you've given us. It's almost like kind of like parents spoiling their kids, and the child says, you know what, I want to get out. I want to get out there in the real world, right? And so we chose to actually partake of this challenge of the duality that exists in the physical world. And part of that challenge was to grapple every day with our own inner opponent, which the Zohar calls Yetzer Hara, which means the formation towards the desire for the self alone. So essentially, we came to this place where humanity wanted, which consisted of the code of Adam and Eve, wanted to take part of a bigger challenge. Right? We weren't happy with catching small fish anymore. And so the challenge began as we delved into duality. So we went from oneness to duality and obviously choice, because without choice we couldn't choose in the realm of duality to come to oneness. So here the Zohar explains and the Sulam Rav Ashlag goes into it deeply, that the aspects of receiving and sharing that are inside us are always in this war. How much to receive, how much to do self-care, how much to receive from the light of the Creator, how much to receive from our surroundings, and how much to share, when to share, how to share. And then we're also grappling with the Satan, or our inner opponent, the code for our inner opponent, which keeps injecting so much guilt, shame, hiding, sadness, anger, and all of those things in the past that we haven't yet come to grapple with, in order to create a bigger challenge, or sometimes a confusion, between the aspects of receiving and sharing, which is the two most important elements that we have. The right side of our body is about sharing, the left side of the body is about receiving, and like you can see on the Gerionics Human Potential Chart, it's explained more deeply how it connects with the planets and how the different 10 Sefirot, the Chesed, Gevurah, Tiferet, Netzach, Hod, Yesod, and Malchut, which are also connected with the chakra system inside the body, how they interplay with each other. So without understanding the Sefirot, we're going to remain pretty much hopeless to connect and understand the mechanism of how the Creator interacts with us in this universe. So it's like if you understand the system, then you can ride through the system. You can, if you know how to drive, then you can, go places that someone who doesn't know how to drive just can't go. So we're gonna delve deeper into the Sefirot in the coming days, and you're always welcome to go to Gerionics.com and take the quick emotions evaluation and life passion test there. It's called the 3-minute evaluation. But continuing forward, this grappling of our inner essence, our war between how much to give and how much to receive, is an ongoing war, and we still have it inside us. And so the Zohar comes to let us know that the first step is to actually realize that this war exists. And the Zohar gives us a beautiful definition, which I love to explain further. The definition says that how do you describe evil or negativity, or what is considered bad, right? How do you actually define that? And for many different religions and many different spiritual systems, there's so many different definitions of how it's described. But the Zohar gives it the most simple definition, and I love this definition because it keeps everything so simple. 2 words. First of all, just for us to understand that in the Aramaic and Hebrew language, the word for sin does not exist. Sin is a made-up word that was made up by the Satan, or the negative entity, or the part of us that really doesn't want to fully achieve our purpose. And basically, there is no word for it in the Zohar or in the Aramaic language, which is the most ancient wisdom of all times. Instead, there's a word called chet, which literally means missed target. Missed target. So sin is very different than missed target. Missed target is very simple. You tried something, you made an attempt, it didn't go through, so go ahead and hit again. That immediately helps us drop the perfectionism that we're dealing with, the all or nothing thinking, and all of that stuff. You hit something, it didn't go through, go ahead and hit it again. It's very simple. The Creator, God, the all-loving force, does not include inside itself or us the idea of sin. That's a man-made word. So it's really important to understand from the Zohar perspective, the word chet, all it means is missed target. That means wherever you are in the world right now, right this moment, all it takes is for you to take a deep breath in, and whatever you've done in the past, to start over right this minute with a clean slate. Visualize maybe yourself having this beautiful straight line of like a waterfall, just washing you and cleansing you like the mikveh, like the water of love, and start fresh this moment. And that's an important piece, to release that guilt, shame, excessive guilt, shame, hiding. Okay? Now the second part of the word of the wisdom that we're going to teach today is that the word for evil or bad or negativity in the Torah consciousness, in the Torah values, in the Zohar and Kabbalah and the Aramaic language, which is the most ancient language of all times, which both all of the people that taught wisdom studied it, both Moses, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Joseph, Moses, Jesus, Muhammad, and Newton. Had a copy of it in the museum, as if you go look. So it's really about this ancient wisdom, and it says that the word for negativity is Ra, right? And it's an acronym. Ra is an acronym for Ratzon Atzmi. That means the seeds and roots of all evil or negativity comes down to self-will, or desire to receive for the self alone. So an important point here is that there's nothing wrong with wanting for ourselves and wanting to receive. And that's an important piece to heal, because many people have an issue with receiving, thinking it's sinful. The issue is when you receive, to have the consciousness to receive for the sake of sharing. And that's what creates balance and helps you adapt through this challenge. So you receive some money, tithe 10% of it. You're receiving love constantly, share that love. Right before you even receive it, have the intention of sharing it. And that purifies the receiving right from the beginning, which takes it from the two letters that the Zohar tells us, the words Ra, which means Ratzon Atzmi, self-will, or desire to receive for the self alone, or the ego, into a higher consciousness of sharing. Very simple, very easy to do if we pay attention to it and have intention to do it that way from the beginning. Okay, so that's the lesson for tonight that I wanted to share. If you do want me to share more of these deep learnings from the ancient texts of the Zohar, if you want me to share the wisdom also of how I came to learn from these deep wisdom in the 15 years of meditation that I did with these teachings, send me an email and I'll share some more with you. The email is info@jedionics.com. Once again, my name is Shaheen Jedion from Real You Holistic Self-Discovery Center and also Jedionics Human Potential Group. Good night.